Good morning, everyone, and thank you for Sally for having me on here. I've actually been doing Sally's yoga since I was in my 20s, which, as you can see, is quite a long while. Um, I did have a little gap in the middle, but she's just kept me going through lockdown. I think we've just got an amazing group, and I'd really encourage anyone to join because it just motivates you so much, and we have such a laugh, and it is really, really good. And I'm so much more bendy than I was before, so that's great. Yeah, my name is Sam Colshaw Robinson, and I'm a hypnotherapist and a mindfulness coach, and I'm in Nottingham. Um, and I help people who struggle with stress and anxiety, which is a lot of us at the moment. I help people with sleep issues, um, help people stop smoking, really stopping those behaviors that result from a sort of imbalance, really. And they can come out in many different ways. Even chronic pain is something I help with, surprisingly enough. Yeah, so we're here to talk about mindfulness today. And there's a lot of misconceptions of what mindfulness is, really. Um, it's not, sometimes people think it's all about being, you can't see my hands now, but sitting, being completely zen and having a blank mind. And it's not really about that, because I think that puts people off, because they think, well, I couldn't do that. I couldn't have a blank mind because my mind won't do that. And minds are always busy. It's more of a way of training your mind, a bit like a gym for your mind. So you get, you improve your practice. It is a practice, and you improve your practice, but it's not all about meditation. So I'll tell you about that in a minute. So the definition of mindfulness is paying attention in particular on purpose. And the key part here, I think, is non-judgmentally. And John Kabat-Zinn, he's an American. He's actually a scientist. I think he's a chemical engineer or something. He's retired now, but he westernized many of the traditions that you might be familiar with yoga and meditation, and indeed Buddhism. But he made it. He sort of he took the mysticism out of it and took the religion out of it to make it more acceptable to us in the West, really. Because sometimes people can be a bit skeptical, can't they? And it does put people off sometimes. So the point is it's accessible to everybody, really. So that's the really nice thing. So how is it different to some of the meditations that we might do in yoga, and they're amazing, and they guide us and direct us, and they help so much. The idea of it is that it can help people if they're or just in their daily lives, because we have so much more striving and purpose for doing things, and just generally doing things now, than we used to when those forms of meditation and those practices were invented. And that sense of wanting things to be different from what they are, and self-criticism as well, beating ourselves up for things, can really cause anxiety and depression, because the more we do those things, and everybody does them, but the more we do them, the more ingrained they get in our thought patterns. And if we can't just sit with things as they are, things that we can't control, then it can make us quite ill mentally. So it's all about accepting things, really. If you think about, those Chinese finger traps that they have a little basket thing, and the more you pull them, the tighter your fingers get. It's a bit like that, really, with our brains. But if we just allow, if we allow and accept things, then the trap just loosens off. So that's how I like to think of it, really. Yeah, as humans, we naturally avoid unpleasant feelings. And that's natural. We avoid them, but sometimes in that avoidance, a bit like we're taught, if you have a baby, you're taught to breathe into the pain of labor, and that doesn't make it so bad. If you're sort of very tense, it exacerbates the pain, doesn't it? So it's like that. um and what I find about mindfulness, the amazing thing about it is that they've done lots and lots of research, and there are courses that you can do, 8-week courses, that if you do 27 minutes of mindfulness a day for 8 weeks, it actually changes the grey matter in your brain. So it changes the structure of your brain. And that is just gobsmacking, really, isn't it? It's amazing. So that part of your brain, there's a very small sort of walnut sized part of your brain right in the middle called the amygdala. And that is the part that really is activated when you're stressed and anxious. And it actually shrinks the amygdala. So the amygdala is involved in your fight and flight response. So it just makes you less anxious. Now, it doesn't work for every single person because people are different. So it's not the solution for everybody, but the research shows that it does really help an awful lot of people. So certain people, if they're prone to psychosis and things like that, if they've had past traumas, sometimes it doesn't really help them. And also people are just different. So it's a practice. And so with that comes its own challenges, doesn't it? There are certain issues with that. If you have to show up every day, it's like yoga. They're quite, it's not easy because it is a practice. And if you have to show up every day, that has its own issues. However, the benefits are many. I've written a big list here. So it can improve your memory, which is certainly good in my case. It can help you see that thoughts are just mental events and they're not actual facts. Now, that sounds obvious, but sometimes when we get a thought, we believe it, don't we? And but they're not. If we tell ourselves we're an idiot, are we really an idiot? If we tell ourselves, oh, you always do that, do we? It can help decrease anxiety and depression, which is amazing. It decreases the way we react to things in certain situations. So instead of responding just like that, we can just take a breath and choose our responses. And that is so important in life, in our relationships and things, and the way we treat ourselves. It can increase your focus and your concentration. And again, with so many things going on, people sort of do multitasking and they think they need a badge for it. But in fact, multitasking, you just can't do anything properly if you're doing too many things at once. You've got too many screens, and it can feel quite stressful, can't it? If you're scrolling, watching telly, trying to do something else. It can reduce stress. It can help manage pain. As I said, the NHS prescribe mindfulness for people who have chronic pain to help teach them, to allow the feelings and reduce the pain. It can help boost our immune system if we do a lot of it. So that's quite useful at these times. It can improve our relationships, as I said, and it can improve creativity as well. So when you're in that relaxed state, you're more likely, the creative parts of your brain are more active. So what's not to like, really? So a lot of the meditations we do in yoga are very, very similar. But the difference is you don't have a feeling that you want to achieve. There is no particular feeling or state that you want to achieve. It's just being as you are and accepting that, really. That's the gist of it. So and we're going to talk about a very short practice first of all, which is a mindful breathing space, and you can use it to punctuate your day. So if you're if you're busy, you've got lots of stuff going on in your head, big to-do list, for instance, you can use it to punctuate your day so that you can just come back and decide what to do next. It can help dissolve negative thought patterns. So if you're getting into that negative loop, you can do a breathing space to sort of reset yourself. But you can use it as an emergency meditation. If it is in your practice, you can use it if you're starting to get really overwhelmed as well. And you can just get that perspective, take that step back as well. So we'll do that one first. And I think we'll do that seated. But then I thought the longer one we'd do would be a body scan, because sometimes it can get, I know with me, if I'm sitting on a yoga mat, it can get a bit uncomfortable on your hips if you're sitting for a few minutes. But you can do the body scan sitting or lying down. So if you find yourself in a position where you are sitting and you've got headphones on, you can do it sitting. So, right, so let's start. We'll start with the breathing space, which it used to be called the 3-minute breathing space, but it's not exactly 3 minutes. So it's a brief practice, as I say. So let's, we'll just come into a definite posture and just close your eyes if you're happy to do that. And in step 1, we're going to become aware. So we deliberately adopt an upright and alert position. So think of your core muscles being engaged. And just make sure that you're going to be comfortable for a few minutes. And just bring your awareness inward and ask yourself, what is my experience right now? And just acknowledging your experience, whatever it is. And what thoughts are passing through your mind? And as best you can, just acknowledge those thoughts as mental events. So just watch them coming into your awareness and allow them to leave without attaching yourself to them. And what feelings are here? As best you can, tuning in to those feelings. And have a sense of turning towards any unpleasant feelings or any sense of discomfort, acknowledging them without trying to alter them. And what sensations are here in the body right now? Just doing a quick scan of the body to notice any sensations of tightness, any sense of holding or bracing, acknowledging those feelings in the body, but not trying to alter them in any way. So that was step 1. In step 2, we're going to focus attention on the breath. So imagine having a sort of torchlight on the breath. So we're going to focus on the physical sensations of the breath. So moving towards the physical sensations of the breath down in the belly. So expanding on the in-breath, deflating on the out-breath. And following the breath for the whole duration, all the way in and all the way out. And using every breath as an opportunity to anchor yourself in the present. And if the mind wanders, as it will, to thinking, daydreaming, or planning, just gently escort your attention back to the breath as best you can. And step 3, we're going to expand out again from the breath to the body as a whole, sitting, breathing. And just include your posture, your facial expression. And again, if you become aware of any sensations of discomfort or tension, just allowing yourself to bring your focus right into where it feels strongest by imagining that the breath could move in and around the sensation. Just using a sense of curiosity, breathing into it and exploring the sensations, almost befriending them, rather than trying to change them in any way. And then if they stop vying for your attention, returning to being aware of the whole body again, moment by moment. And then when you're ready, just gently opening your eyes and having a bit of a stretch. So in that very short meditation, it can help really change the way you feel, even in that very short time. So it is a great one to do. And sometimes, that's going to be a different feeling every time. Sometimes you're going to feel good. Other times you might not feel so good, but it's just being aware of how you feel and not trying to make yourself feel better, really. Sometimes it can be relaxing, but sometimes it's not. And that's okay, really. We'll start doing a body scan. So if you can probably lie down for this one. I think that's going to be best because you'll be less tight in the hips. So, and just make sure that you get comfortable lying down. Okay, so there's no need to attain any particular state doing this, just to be fully aware. So getting in touch with the movement of your breath and those sensations of contact in the body to start with. And just become aware of your belly as you breathe. At any point, if you find the mind wanders, it's just what minds do. So as best you can, just notice where your awareness has been, and then invite your awareness back to the part of the body that we're focusing on. And we're going to start down in the toes of the left foot. So just bring your awareness there. You can almost follow your breath down from your nostrils all the way down to those toes of the left foot. So through your lungs, your belly, down your left leg, left foot, and into those toes. And then let go of the toes in your awareness and bring your awareness into the bottom of the foot. So into your instep and heel, feeling the weight on your heel, the rest of your foot. And then into your ankle, the top of your foot. And as you breathe out, just let go of your foot and bring your awareness into your lower left leg, into your calf and your shin, and then into your knee. And then let go of the awareness of your lower left leg and bring it to your upper left leg. Now bring your awareness into your pelvis. So just imagine it as a bowl, feeling the pressure of the floor on your hips. Feeling your lower back now. And your belly again. Just notice how your belly feels different now you're lying down. Gentle stretching as the air comes in, deflation as it goes out. Coming up to the chest now, noticing how your rib cage moves with the breath. Feeling your shoulders and the contact with the mat. Your neck, and noticing how the breath feels in your neck. Bringing your awareness to the muscles in the face. So your jaw, noticing whether you're clenching your teeth or not. Muscles in the cheeks, around the eyes, and the forehead. Now bringing awareness to the scalp, the hair follicles, and the skin. And now, as best you can, have a sense of the whole body breathing. So expand your awareness to the whole body, just noticing how your breath affects the body. So although you're breathing in your belly, it moves the other parts of your body as well. Now, when you're ready, just bringing your awareness back by opening your eyes gently and then having a stretch. So thank you all for joining me. That was a very, very quick taster of mindfulness. I've enjoyed sharing it with you. And I'll put my contact details on because I offer a free consultation so that you can have a chat, and if you've got any questions or issues that you want to discuss with me, we can find out whether we could be a good fit to work together. So thank you for having me, and thank you so much for showing up to join with me. It's been really nice having everybody here too.